But yeah, I do think so. I thought more teams would lean into Vice, to be honest. Maybe not the best map as an example. Okay, Fnatic on defense, GENG on attack, and wait, Fnatic give more Sheriffs out than GENG? What's going on?
Just a slow creep up B here for GENG.
No Sheriffs.
Not really trying to make much noise. Alfier in the back.
Shock dart forward, try to clear any util.
Whoa, smoke. Omen, dude, Omen flash. And recon. Dude, how did they get no kills there? Nice shot.
However, on the peak, in towards the A link, finds Foxy 9, both are dragging.
Post a big smoke from you here.
Will fall. Able to get one.
Ooh, dude, the crouches here were crazy on this. A good reposition from Texture, last seen over towards A.
Spike in hand, Texture sliding back. Needs to be able to try to escape here. There's the peak. Shield, however,
very nice. The reposition was incredible from him.
Kayak now, all alone. Try to clutch this out.
AHN, thank you so much, dude, with the gifted. Thanks for doing that.
In towards A link. Crucial here for GENG. Some patience being shown by Munchkin, the IGL as well.
Staying tucked here, inside of window. Kayak with no util to speak of, and Munchkin will
very nice from them. Big round from Texture. Got the trade over towards A from Heaven, and then the instant reposition over towards Spawn.
Of what he was doing during the Swiss group stage, he was absolutely fearsome. And a 3K to start the pistol. He drops down from Heaven, and then just waits it out. Outguesses.
Played it perfect. They played it really well.
And this is a comp that GENG is experienced against. They played T1 in kickoff. They beat them on this map 13-5. So they understand this double duelist, this Yoru ISO comp, and how it wants to function.
And the desk was talking about
it. We'll keep an eye on the pistols. They get 2 Sheriffs out on the duelists.
We'll see.
And Crashies has already been owned a little bit.
Crashies to start. Kayak taking some forward space in mid. We'll just end up gate crashing away.
Did that hit?
Crashies has to further evacuate this space at A long. Munchkin is just fearlessly storming forward.
Alfier with a Sheriff, though. Gonna come over, try to help out his Sova.
Does he sense that he's already this far forward into the site, missing each other now, spotting it? Alfier does
that was just the human drone, though, and it's just the pistol itself, so don't gain anything for it.
Cleans the kill to bring it into a 4v4. Nano into the corner. Alfier needing the backpedal will be able to avoid that paranoia. It's even more damage to the smoke, and eventually Texture is able to find him. Flushing him into the open. Still a Sheriff in hand here for Foxy 9. Can afford to lose another player, can GENG. We'll see what the game plan is going to be for Fnatic as they slowly creep forward.
Oh my goodness, man. There's nice shots there. Okay, they don't lose anything for it in terms of guns. They keep the 3 guns. It's just 2 armory buys. Those very nice shots. Not too bad from GENG as well. Just the human drone going exploring over towards A. They were very aware on the positions that they could have pushed to as well, which is nice.
So even though he loses the fight, he knows there's only the ISO still on A. Calls the reinforcements over after Foxy gets the kill on the Crashies. And now we go into the rifle round here for Fnatic. The bonus for GENG, pretty fearsome. In fact, an outlaw for Munchkin. A couple players going to be one shot to that. Guardians, always scary in the hands of GENG players.
We've got 2 people that can get shot from the outlaw.
Kind of typical Sova stuff here on long A, just checking.
Clear the recon. Spot out there from Crashies. This time able to slide away without suffering any damage.
Instant reaction from losing over towards A long was to push down towards middle. They break the turret that spots middle, so it creates the pressure like they might be going behind.
Smoke start coming through.
Especially if he's defaulting, putting his alarm bot over towards here. It's like a nice reaction from them.
That's going to keep GENG from wanting to scale into the site, at least initially. Take a little bit of time here to wait for Foxy. Kind of figure out what's going on over in garage. Might be able to relay some information that things are relatively quiet. I've got
still a question mark over towards long with this one.
It's going to be the plan here.
Crashies does have his recon below time at like 45 seconds, 40 seconds. You want to kind of keep it for the exec itself right into the corners. So they're not going to really be able to clear this for a while. Jump spot over towards long, recon goes out, they clear it, but might be a little bit too late. Yeah, and you're playing against the VIP comp. The good news is though they've used smoke already, right? Over towards A.
Turret set up and Texture being on the floor, always going to be positive here on the opposite side of the lobby.
Coming back.
Still got some firepower, a little bit of time, but Fnatic going to be coming from a lot of different angles.
Camera's still situated. Go for the toggle, try to get a dart out, does so. Still not being cleared, but does actually get the spot on the Foxy 9, so they know that he's going to be playing forward in towards the smoke. Now look at the spam around quite just yet. Foxy able to drag across one, cannot find the other. Ash, Taron now. The 2, the 3.
Okay, it's a nice retake. If GENG had the Viper smoke there, it's probably a different round. But that was part of the reason why they kept 3 strong over towards Davis, because the smoke was used over towards spawn.
Really good stuff from Fnatic. Good patience.
Cam, yeah, the
good
Cam was
retake.
nice.
Not really giving much up. I mean,
The smoke, yeah, the smoke over towards spawn was a bit of a mess up.
Was intended to leave that extra little gap. A little bit of a mistake from Karan, but all's well that ends well. Fnatic, just a nice flood there.
I can't fist bump you.
You know, it's going to be pretty typical. Let the ISO go first. Pops the double tap.
I can't
Throw some
high-five.
flashes.
I can go like this.
Use the Sova util. Just flood on in there.
What?
Explosion
Can't
not
high-five?
being able to fist bump. Seems like high fives though, still on the cards. As alarm bot going to be situated here in window. GENG wanting to keep tabs on these forward pushes from
Good
Kayak.
strat, yeah. Solid strat, good comms.
They're aware. They're trying to spam it down.
Bosun finding Munchkin.
Whoa.
Just pushes forward.
My
and
goodness,
Seward.
it's like a
Let's
jump
catch
scare
the
there. I thought he was going to
enemy
go down on this. Just a prod over
Target to be
towards C
found.
with the one-way.
Viper out of
Yeah,
play. Pretty much
and
makes that A side
They
unscalable
do
because they don't have the
get
wall
the
to
kill
try
over
to scale
towards
off
the
of.
Viper, I imagine, behind the wall
Slow
as
creep up
well,
with section
so
around the corner. Gunbarrel might
that's a
have
great
popped out
kill.
here.
It's a lovely trade on this one. As long
Counter swing
as
is there.
Chronicle
Texture
doesn't
brings it back.
overheat a little bit, they're
Still
kind
gonna
of
be a player
fine.
disadvantage here for GENG as they get ready to have the spike
Yeah,
planted.
still got Omen.
Fury going to be online.
Still got
Question is, can
drone.
Ash get to a disconnected
Omen
position
flash
to
drone.
actually utilize
Clear
this?
over towards middle. Just want to
We
clear
already
this
have
so
Foxy 9 watching
they can all
long,
focus
so
over towards the
Ash is gonna
site.
have to stay put.
No smokes either.
Slow creep in, Texture. Swing around the back, able to find one.
Ooh.
Recon at
It's a
the
big
ready. It's
kill.
going to be the triple approach here from Garage. Being able to note 2. Couple shots in. Spot out here on the Chronicle, but not too much damage taken. Regen armor refills. Paranoia going to be dodged. Ash pushed out. Fights for one. Swing. Texture cannot stabilize.
Buster.
Buster gets the better of it now. It's down to Foxy 9.
Smoke over towards the spike. Pressure goes in. Defuses it on the left because he's most likely to spam the right, because what kind of a madman would defuse at like the closest angle to him? It's smart from Boaster. Good retake from them in the end. Looks a little bit rough when they were over towards Garage, but I like
A
the
little bit
idea.
of shakiness here from GENG in some of their individual plays. Munchkin losing against Boaster. That's going to be an actually really crucial.
Yeah, this dual back
battle
aside
across this map.
is big from
Keeping
Boaster.
track of Munchkin's position and
He did
setup
the
from Crashies with
he did the
recon
mini
guard.
smoke over towards short.
Very nicely done. And winning
That's
against
cool.
Texture. No easy feat as we have seen throughout this tournament. And that's huge for Fnatic. The Boaster's really starting to pick it up in the fragging department. That was a great round for him. Just some big individual plays. And now Alfier has the ISO ult. And that is very scary. He is, of course, one of the best riflers.
Okay.
out there.
And interesting, the Texture has
Making a little bit
the
of
hero
noise.
gun, but also has ult. You get a kill, you might see him throw it across here. Double damage potentially for the ult as well. Double damage is good here. Yeah, that just stopped everything. Double damage with the Omen flash is a hard shutdown over towards B. We got no TP for Kayak, and he's set up here. TP just went out. He hears them running. You get the ISO ult from far back. A little bit close with the gun, but Alpha wins his thing out.
Crashies on the peak from Sewer.
Crashies chill, man.
Now it all just comes down to counter position. Notice fights back for one. Worry about the flank coming down through A long. Has it from the shadows, but 1v3. Do you try to commit for that?
It'd be a big gamble. Sights are open on the other side of the map, but Chronicle's waiting.
It's a nice off angle from him.
Line Charon drifting ever closer to it. Gun barrel gonna be spotted. And Chronicles lurk. Pays dividends. That's gonna be Fnatic now taking the lead.
Yeah,
3-2.
and Fnatic still have good ults. They got two that combo well if they want to retake, but again, I wouldn't
Yeah, this
recommend
is a
trying to
phenomenal
retake
setup
against
here.
this.
In terms of using the ISO
Might just
utility.
seem a little
First
bit
you use the vulnerable to
earlier
back
on.
them off of B, and then you use the ult to help keep Kayak's position hidden. That is a really smart setup from Fnatic. And GENG completely bamboozled by it.
That's what I like to see on the stage, baby. Nice, boys.
Absolutely.
Good,
Well,
clean
we've seen
fight.
how
Kayak.
important.
That's what I like to see on the stage, baby.
Get to hear it twice. How
He's
important these
funny,
emotional
man.
leaders can be.
It's also a good sign from him. He kind of knows that like this is the player with the least experience on the team as well. Trying to get his confidence up as early as possible, and he's definitely a confidence player from what we've seen. Double TP over towards Bacca's site. Right, we do have the ults to retake. I personally think this is a mistake from Fnatic playing like this against this comp. But let's see. Oh, okay, dude, they killed that. They killed the most important person. Boy, this was nice. Double damage into the Sova ult. That was really cool, though. Every single time, there's a lot of fast deaths for Munchkin. He needs to chill out a little bit. Yeah, he definitely needs to be on top of this. Dude, they made that look easy, and they didn't even Euro ult in. This little double damage into the Sova ult was sick, though.
Really, really strong for Fnatic right now. The Hunter's Fury there, brilliant. Right as the plant is being attempted.
Timeout. Dude, they're doing very good at pushing and killing this.
Was coming their way.
They're doing very good at pushing and killing the Viper.
Another big win out on the flanks against Munchkin. He is generally very, very difficult to deal with. He's very tricky, very
Pulls
wily.
him down to an
His
eco again. It's
movement
been
and
nice
his
from
aim is
Fnatic.
incredible, but so far Fnatic has done a great job handling him.
Kayak, what is the second shot?
Oh.
Instantaneous with the readjustment.
Oh, it's
That
so
leaves Texture
fast,
Karak
bro.
down on the floor. And any hope of pulling
It's
off
so
a thrifty here
fast.
has very quickly been shut down.
I mean, we've seen it in the EMEA, how electric Kayak is. That right there, just a microcosm of what he's capable of. Just
Leluka with the Prime.
phenomenal.
Thank you so much for the 21 months, mate. Thank you for doing that.
Munchkin's been given some space to try to push up, but again, with a stinger in
Yeah,
range.
Crashy's
Crash
Recon's
is on
going
the
to come
jump
back in
peak.
time as well.
Able to find value here.
Post is in a good spot.
Highly unlikely.
That's going to be really tough. Even thinking a 3v5. Much hope here for GENG.
Spotted there. Munchkin does manage to push forward, finding
Yeah, they
one.
didn't
Stay
realize
quite
just how
tight,
far
getting
they'd
connection
walked
here.
up here.
Crashies does.
Crashy's in trouble. His mates got to swing out, help
Shot
him out.
flies through. Despite really blissfully unable to be planted here for the moment. Ash able to find a little bit more impact.
Hey, it's nice from
Alpha here
Fnatic.
with
I
the
like this
shield
one.
will go ahead and lead the charge.
This has still got the Yoru ult, and then they're kind of getting close to another ISO ult here. You'd imagine that GENG have to call some kind of timeout here.
Really think you ought to take one at least just
This
to
was
give the
so
players a
fast,
little
man.
bit
That
of a
second
breather
kill
here.
is
Kind of cool
impressive.
Fnatic's Jets. And the way they're stringing this util together on these retakes is so good. So many times we're seeing GENG players have to shoot the clone because there's a flood of players coming through an angle, and they're trying to lock it down with just one.
We go fast. Dude, no
Be a lot of
timeout, by the
ults
way.
here. Still the dimensional drift for Kayak.
We go fast. Is the recon for... Is this the recon for
Three
short?
really important ones. You never know when
I can't even
Karan's
remember
out
these days.
come into play.
Yeah, it is.
Texture.
Recon for short with the TP. A lot of pressure over towards this one. In reaction, we push down towards long, and you would imagine Munchkin's good for it. Yeah, insta smoke over towards spawn as well. You see the Fnatic trying to fast flood on this one. Do they get over towards site? They still got the trip to get them info. Smoke. Double Wait.
Just come away with that elimination. Jump up over the top of your plat. Both through the operators trying to get something going. Dexter does manage to deny him. Smoke dissipating at garage. And it's just a firing squad waiting on the opposite side.
Wait, I gotta see that kill.
Flawless round as Munchkin steps up to the plate. Gets himself a 3K. It's GENG. Break the win streak, close the gap. Now just 2 rounds.
Yeah, a much needed round here for Munchkin and GENG. Able to
Sure,
just
this one's
outguess
fine.
his opponents. Just kind of understanding their tendencies where they've got a big lead, so they might try to get aggressive on the flanks. And he's just going to hold the angle. Quick spam early. Boaster with the operator. Couldn't find any value from the back of plat. That's a huge pickup for GENG. Didn't have to expend many ults. Just Karan's was used there.
Quick feet, quick trigger. Gotta
Maybe
go.
didn't even need to be
That
used,
was-
but now he's got a neural theft for Chronicle.
That was nuts, dude.
The dimensional drift.
Relay to
The
try to
smoke
swing.
might have touched him at
Double
spawn.
stack
Yeah, it might have.
Slides in, the stun is there, Texture has all the-
Damn, bro. 3-person lineup. Okay, big 2v2 on this one. Big 2v2. Kayak's here really early on. Turret is down. That's okay. Still hasn't hurt him. And if you're Chronicle here, you just need to make a little bit of sound, like a fake footstep, or okay, as he did shot over towards spawn.
Texture is staring over towards the angle.
Extra is on top of it.
From the hell position. Is now they have it confirmed. swing out. Ash finds a headshot.
Ooh, it's a big win for GENG, man. Big win for GENG. Getting that ult out of him.
Back just around the box.
Fun.
Trying to set up here on the pop flash. Decoy. Sends the fake. Finds the first. Isolated now. Fastlane going to be set. Trying to fish him out. Tiny bits of damage dealt. 8 bullets remaining in the bag. Gets the spot out. Texture.
7 bullets.
Trying to play with time. Eats a ton of damage.
I had him. He had him get off.
Away down into the cubby. Needing to have the
Okay, very nicely handled from Texture. Dude, what a nuts round this is. Boy. That was a sick camera shot, by the way.
Nearly have the rug swept from
Over the shoulder, just staring at him. That was awesome.
What a bonkers round. It looked like this had GENG written all over it, and then
Just you instantly.
catches 3 players right on the timing there. They're looking to clear util. And then Texture had enough, and he played that brilliantly at the end, using that neon movement to buy the extra time he needed to make sure that defuse had to be stuck.
Alpha gets his ult onto this one. What's the money like? Money's really low for Fnatic. If they lose this, it's
Cutting through. You can't flush him out of this spot. He's just too clean at it.
Gonna have to throw some util his way. Can't just outduel him there. Oh my.
he's so good at it.
Session that he's got set up. Unbelievable. Okay,
Fnatic need to make sure they don't mess this one up though. You have ISO, or you can definitely play this one smart.
We're starting to build up. Roaster sends the paranoia. Quick tuck
They got so many ults. Like in an ideal world, obviously they want to keep him for next round, but
going for the peaks and that smoke.
Oh, he's still spotted too.
Glimpse of them both. Foxy able to still go ahead and further confirm the presence of that.
Bro, how is he so good at that?
No aggressive maneuvers from the rest of Fnatic. Both Alpha and Kayak still sitting.
Great info again from him.
Forward by GENG.
Really good info now.
Get the pre-fire there is Munchkin, but Tragic goes unpunished. Foxy not in the push, however, is able to find one.
Great double damage as well. Karen can't really do anything to swing out of that.
You've got
big double swing, who goes wide. Oh my goodness. Dude, Crashies went back. I got so nervous there for a lineup.
Karen forced to run away with just
nice shot from him.
Not much of a go to be made here.
Man, I really want to see this replay. That was insane. I can't believe he does this again in middle.
Everybody keep his life intact, but otherwise Fnatic maintaining the lead. Getting themselves to 6 here on this defending side. Back on the hunt, couple seconds still to spare. As the clone goes through.
I don't think they should be hunting this much.
Well aware of this position, but is very quickly going to get overwhelmed. Fights back for one.
You can't really afford these deaths that much. They could come back to haunt them a little bit. We'll see. It just means there's more pressure on this round.
Economic damage done there by Fnatic. Could come to haunt GENG. A lot of money sitting behind Texture.
How is he this fast?
Absolutely ridiculous, Kayak. If you're going to challenge that angle, you're going to have to come up with some other answers for it for GENG, because he just is too darn good. And timeout actually going to be popped by GENG to talk about what's going on. And
versus Paper Rex, they were looking red hot. Fnatic, though, cooled them off a bit so far. So timeout call has to be used because GENG know how important getting the remainder of these rounds on the attack.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of notes that GENG could be having on this. I feel like Munchkin has kind of corrected a lot of stuff that was going on. But dude, they're in a rough spot. They're up against a lot of ults on this one. Killjoy ult to get him off or into a site, and then we got Viper ult to win them the after plant. So good to see them keep this nice and simple. Double hold over towards middle. They wait. Oh, dude.
Here comes Kayak. There to try to back him up, and they're just lining up. Picking targets, finding value. Karen does manage to trade once. The ISO ult not going to be
still very nice. Get the trades out on this one. Take down Munchkin again. They took down the VIP.
Slides forward. Catches a spot on it. Chronicle and eats a ton of damage.
Does the Omen Flash reach? Oh, it's really nice.
They try to flush him out of this position.
Damn, they really tried to help him out with the double flash on this one. Need to be careful. Crashy's ult should be really important, but just kind of doesn't want to give away the fact that he's flanking on this one, so he isn't in the best position. They tap the spike and they push over towards C.
Try to fight their way out of this position, but now Gunbarrel has been spotted, and Foxy 9 tripping right into the
Hey, Kayak, bro's aim is insane. 14-7.
Just tears them limb from limb, round after round.
He's playing good, dude. He's a rookie.
With everything
He's
to do,
looking
try to make this time
unbelievable.
find some value, but Crashies on this reposition. Seems like it He's loosely red, but no.
Very, very nice.
Peeks
Great
into the
shots
link,
from Kayak on this one.
meets his demise.
Dude, I really like this. I really like this Omen flash over towards here, back of sight. It's a cool little setup. Cypher at the back, Omen flash for left side, Yoru flash on right side, so he can peek left and then peek right. It's a really cool setup.
Fnatic has done a phenomenal job here to start, and they're coming in with
Right, if he wants to peek over towards here, Omen flash comes in. Wants to peek over towards here, Yoru flash. Right, so he can just call for it, or they can call for it and he knows where to peek. It's very, very cool. Dude, 5 ults. Fnatic are looking good for this.
They can't keep challenging this mid position.
They keep wrecking him. Foxy gets wrecked as well, down to 42 HP, and he's the boss with the Killjoy ult. Double over towards middle, surely not again. Bro, 7 HP.
Clip to the side of the head, 7 health here on the Sova. Sposter gonna go for a quick peek. Checks in over towards Sewer. He's managed to catch a glimpse. Time a bit of a fake entry, fast lane drone over the top.
Yeah, Alpha's just making sure that he doesn't go down here now. He's pretty much just staying with the double duelists together, and then he needs to pop his shield when he wants to ult on this one. Oh boy, what's the timing like?
The swing about to come through. Gunbarrel's going to be spotted.
My goodness, 1, 2, 3 though on the minimap. Alpha goes down without using his ult, maybe a bit too proactive. It's a great ult on this one on the way back. Does he know about Munchkin? There's so much going on. 1v1 over towards C, 1v1 on site. Yeah, they have no idea. Lovely shots from Chronicle. Kayak got another. Is he on 16 kills?
Fake into the smoke. It reads it well that it's not for real. But now it's going to be pinged down.
Damn, they look good.
And taken down 8-4.
Very nice half, man. They got 8 and they lost pistol.
Like the savior of the first seeds thus far.
Hey, this guy. Yeah, this guy. He's playing so good right now. Look at the aim.
Gonna need to do some heavy lifting as they swap over to the defending side, but for now, Fnatic look electric.
Scary form. They had some cool setups, man, as well. Chat, let me mute this a sec. This is going against your first seed's agenda. Mate, this is the only game that's going for my first seed agenda. What do you mean? Boaster's the only person giving me hope at the moment. I'm losing faith in every other team of what they've done with their time. IG Eclipse, thank you so much for the Prime, dude. Thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Liaozi as well with the 10 months. Thank you so much as well. How's Boaster so consistent? He just gets it, man. He just gets the game. He's very good with micro setups, for sure. And he puts in a lot of time. It still isn't done yet, though. GENG have a very good defense.
Eight and 4 at the half. Fnatic looking fantastic on GENG's map pick of Haven, clearly doing their homework. More importantly, looking to avoid the fate that has been suffered by every other first seed team.
No, this was just a tremendous half. As we take a look at the Coinbase Econ report, you can see their
retake. No, they've got good util at the moment. I think Crashies is underrated a little bit in terms of his Sova util. It's been good.
In particular with their rifling, those Vandals were screaming. And GENG just had no response, it felt like. I mean, a couple rounds there, yeah, Texture gets his, but outside of that, this was a dominant half from Fnatic. And if they could take this pistol here, looks like they may be able to
this defense? No, this defense was really good, man. Like, just even if you just highlighted how they, because
that much from
So most teams, when they play against this comp, will just spam B, right? Because you don't have the breach to stop the plant, right? So every single time on attack, in theory, you can just put the plant here. Normally to stop it, you have to double damage shock dart, but your Sova's over towards A trying to get info, so normally you can't stop this plant. They're going super aggro over towards B, or they have that setup that we spoke about the other time. Like, they really thought about if we're just highlighting B on its own, they've really like a lot of full process from that. Good 4-1 pistol for GENG on this. It's the Paper X classic at the moment these days.
Much sprinting forward into this A site. Alarm in the nano. We baited out.
Yeah, you got the delay, you got the info over towards here and here. And then you can get the rotate in. GENG no sheriffs, yeah.
Given the tendencies of GENG, Fnatic can
But dude, have GENG even lost a pistol round yet? I feel like they're 9-0.
They've gotten the rotate out.
Yeah, no. This is very good stuff from Fnatic. This is how they like to play a lot of their rounds, not just pistols, but in general. They're looking to bait some utility out of you. They're looking to get a little bit more info, and they got that. They got that KJ util out of the way.
Big swing, Kayak. What you got?
Ball isn't raised.
Okay, just W King because they went in that angle. Dude, another one, man. Another one. 5-0 on the pistols. Sorry, 10-0 on the pistols. 2-0, obviously.
And skip that he beats here. Crashy's going to be caught, however. As there's the spot out into the final player with the spike now on the floor. Chronicle certainly has his work cut out for him as all of GENG get clustered together. A couple taps in. The wide swing out, Chronicle. Good for one.
Really nice. Double pistol. Could get pretty close on this.
Take another pistol win.
It's crazy to think how
plant
important
as well,
that
so they
pistol
can't
round
force
win is for GENG
if they wanted to.
winning their first, but this one, a nice call by Munchkin.
And it Wolves look
Just
earlier.
really
It Wolves look nice
understanding of their
earlier.
opponent's tendencies.
They're again their
See
sense
this
really
all the
good,
time in
man.
the MEA with Fnatic, where it's push and pull. It's find a little bit of
They're giving me the
advantage.
giving me the
One side of
deadlock
map, go
hope.
back to the other side, see what's going on there. GENG's Munchkin reading that a lot of the way. They even get the first kill on the Boaster.
GENG 10-0 in pistols at this tournament. Yeah, GENG 10-0 pistols.
Speaking of Boaster, might be looking to get a little bit cheeky here.
He gets the attack. He gets the attack shorty. This is like the old Apex.
Check towards
He used to do this on pistol rounds.
Some reinforcements coming through.
Deploying drone.
Since the drone has to go for the quick cancel. Munchkin able to find two as the bite connects.
Here is melting on that one. Fast rotate for everyone that goes in, and GENG, they lose double armor. That's it. Very, very nice. Okay, now we get into it, and GENG have great bonus. Really good bonus spike.
Exactly. I mean, it looks very good for GENG in terms of some crisp shooting, some good decision making. Ash not overcommitting here, and then using his util nicely. Munchkin very on point as always. The Viper texture, good for the last two with the Guardian. So okay, not the end of the world at all for Fnatic, but it's the start GENG needed for this half. Now we
Okay,
go into
bonus
their
idea for GENG. What are we doing? Whoa, early TP with the Omen.
Played a little bit slow off the rip, our Fnatic, but Karan so far forward.
Karan is upping the pace.
Yeah, I don't think Boss is even going to expect this.
Backpedaling out of this smoke, almost certainly is going to be dead to right. Karan, though, wants to swing, get a little bit more information. Still, he's going to be rewarded with the kill.
Okay, and honestly, I think Fnatic got away with that one. I think that could have been way worse.
Eliminated, but that's one of the dual-pronged tips of the spear. It does get taken down, but Texture similarly prone to fall.
Ooh, nice timing on that. Push down towards middle.
Scoops up the weapon.
Gun upgrade, gets out of there as well. Creates the question mark over towards middle as well. They do clear this.
Great read by
And I imagine these two are going to group up and go aggro.
Chronicle's going to be on his own, and on a bonus, it's well worth the risk to go for that gun. Very nice play. Helps even up the weaponry advantage. Foxy 9.
Way worse with Kayak dead. Yeah, but honestly, it should have been Boaster dead and then a 50-50 duel.
On where the KJ util would be. That's bought them a little bit of extra time and even got the drone committed by Fnatic.
Catch Foxy on this angle.
He always plays her.
Off guard.
He's always going to be here. He's always going to be in this rectangle.
Swooping in from behind. Paranoia going to be avoided with the dark. He's able to find that ping, but it doesn't matter. It seems as Munchkin.
Okay, lovely round from GENG on this one. They got nice timing over towards the middle of that swing as well. I like this little Omen play.
The game sense on Munchkin is incredible. He had a little bit to say there to Fnatic at the end of it, but Karan, at least good for the one and done. But that play right there by Munchkin changes this round. And he's able to find that flank angle as well. Foxy9, just great positioning there. Getting his kill, using his turret to back off into safety to make sure he doesn't give himself up for free, to set up his IGL to swoop in from behind. And
Yeah,
now
I didn't look at the
it's gonna be
ults. So normally
Fnatic's
this
turn to
comp
take a
is like,
timeout.
normally the Fnatic comp
How
is
exactly
good when you got the
approach this attacker side
thing
from
Sova
now
ult, but
on.
maybe sometimes Sova ult. When you get the
Looks like
Yoru ult, it's normally a
GENG's
free
got a
win. When you get the
phenomenal
ISO ult, it's normally a free win. So maybe they need to start getting some orbs.
Coming alive, and I mean, we
I don't
knew
know how
coming
close
into
they
this that
are.
this was
Kind of need
going
to
end
prep
up
for the
being a
next
battle
buy
of the
rounds.
brains between Munchkin and Boaster, trying to get the read, trying to get the download on each other's tendencies.
Absolutely.
Seems like so far, reads favoring the defending IGLs.
Yeah, I thought maybe Fnatic would have some good util combos like we saw on that defender side, that you could kind of go in lockstep with the ISO and the Yoru to really break open some sites, get some picks. So far,
Okay,
GENG's
just
had
the
all
eco.
answers. Been
Yeah, they really got to start
matching
focusing
Fnatic's
on this.
movements
I think
really
they need to get an orb. That'll be
Having
my full focus
kind of
on
that
this one,
extra
just
player
getting this
in
for the
right place at the
ISO.
right time.
Placing
That
sentry.
kill in a Chronicle,
Or the
for
Yoru,
example.
whatever one you
So
fancy.
far, it's been
Placing
very
swarm
impactful.
grenade.
It's going to be a Guardian for Ash. Everybody else has rifles. Some stingers.
Yeah, some reconsiderations here from Fnatic.
Okay, they're investing a bit into this round.
A bit more oomph behind it.
Standing ahead.
Poster again with this early TP into a smoke. Looking to see if anybody's going to try to take advantage of that long A angle twice. But
Gecko
Recon
_
Dark.
Profi, thanks so much for the prime,
Anybody
mate.
from
Appreciate you doing
Fnatic,
that, dude.
let's see if they want to try to take a little bit of space off the back of that. There's going to be a smoke put down by Karan, pinged out by Fnatic, a little bit wary. Maybe somebody's trying to, tuck behind these smokes. That's something Munchkin would 100% do, especially with his toxic screen available as a potential escape tool. It's got to be very diligent, like what I'm seeing from Boaster and Fnatic. Really good awareness of some of GENG's tendencies.
I have the spike.
Less than a minute remaining. Couple players about to cut their way out through window here.
This is one person fake over
Kayak.
towards A or something. What are
Eating
we
the
doing
dart.
here?
Gatecrash
EP
now gonna
goes
be
towards
sent
the back
forward
of
as
A,
Alfier
walking
sent
to B.
on solo exploration up
With the
towards this
smoke
B
as
side.
well,
Wall
trying to
gonna be raised
draw
once
anyone
again,
over
but Texture
towards here
clearly
into the
anticipating
site.
this pressure.
The B hit
Backs
is a
off,
little bit
has Munchkin
easier.
on the flank there at the A connector, but
Munchkin
see the
still
ping coming
has
down.
Molly.
Fnatic are reading this well.
30 seconds left.
Smoke to be cycled. Bam. Opened up to try to find anything, but nothing widely found. Texture has to back away. To think that maybe it's going to be repositioned. Munchkin does still manage to find Boaster.
Yeah,
Out doing
it's
him
like
here.
Boaster
Now
wanting
that
to
is gonna be
pivot
coming
back and
through.
go over
Just
towards C
13
here.
seconds remaining here on the clock. Foxy9 still going to be situated on the side. Texture
seconds left.
here inside of the window, and Foxy9 looks to try to cut them down to size. Finds another to swing out. Chronicle able to find it, but the round is already over. The time is gone. And Munchkin.
Yeah, it was a nice hand from
grind them
GENG.
into a fine pulp.
You can see on the
As
minimap maybe
GENG
Boaster probably had a better chance sticking over
continue
towards
now
the B,
tying
but I think
things
he
at
thought
8-8.
I think he
Yeah,
thought
I mean,
they
you
were just
could
going
see
to
the
fast
layers
flood
in
him
this
off
round
the top
for
of the spike.
GENG. Getting a good read here that this was going to be B. Texture playing this really nicely, being very cautious, giving anything up for free. Using that smoke from Karan to set up the spam angle for him and Munchkin, and then the quick pivot over through Garage when time is so limited. They know that even if they get identified by the Sova util or the Cypher util, they can just keep
Still really far away from the
just keep
ults,
delaying
right?
them, and that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
dude, these are the main
Now
ults,
Texture at the
and
desk was highlighting
they're in
it,
the
how
second buy
important that has
rounds.
been,
That's really bad.
impactful.
No kills
Texture has
on the
individually been with
duelists,
this
no
with
orbs
this
on the
weapon.
duelist, just 4 deaths, nothing else.
Kayak not going to be spotting anything. Texture though.
Op comes out for
in deep,
Texture, and he's
there's
been an
gonna be multiple
absolute
players on the
beast
opposite
with
side of
this. He
one
really
still.
has.
A beat in. Kayak has the shot.
Why did he look to the left? I mean, it's
What an
I get it.
opener.
It's my fault for saying that, but
Sitting on down on the floor. GENG now
Standing ahead.
be scrambling a bit. Recon around the back does get multi-person ping out. Drone chasing forward, getting the spot there onto Ash. Forces him to reposition back. Undercut, Paranoia, both going to be sent. Ash waiting to try to regain his util, turns from the flash. Some shots coming through, the wall going to be raised. And Boaster out from Sewer, able to find that kill. Now the neural depth is going to be lobbed in as well.
man,
There,
poor
Munchkin.
Munchkin
Nothing
got
more to be
revealed,
done
and there was a
but die.
perfect 4-person swing on
Take it
this
down.
one, dude.
It's on Foxy9 and
They
Calvin trying to see if they can
did
turn
a
the tide
little
this
bit of
somehow
damage to
2v5.
Chronicle, and that was it.
Fnatic are absolutely entrenched.
There's really good money for GENG, so in my
Seems
opinion,
like
they
there's
should just
no
stick around and
displacing
try
and
hold them in,
no
whether
chance,
it's
no willingness
like
to
I would
try to
try
go
at the
for
moment
this.
1-1
Fnatic in
here
flawless fashion, barring a hunt
and just
a
hold
kill.
them in. I think they should be
To go
doing
ahead and
damage.
regain
They
the
got
lead
so
by
much
one.
money. There's
Yeah,
no
and
point in
Fnatic
saving this.
finding success off the back of another
Whereas like this is all really
unbelievable
low.
opener from Kayak. He is so sharp. Unbelievable find for this Fnatic team.
Dude, Fnatic will take this, by the way. Fnatic will take this. I
I
wonder if they are like realizing that these are pretty much round wins, and they don't even want to try lock them in just for the pure potential of them getting an extra ult.
You can see there with Fnatic, it was the util.
I mean, it'd be a cool game plan. Still there with the money being like this, I still think you go for it, but
it's going to be, I think, a reinvestment into the operator
it's not
here.
not the worst idea
Cash to
ever.
be able to afford it, so Texture just managed to get another. Go for a retake. The overdrive is still going to be there. GENG a bit ahead when it comes down to this ult cycle, given that they have 2 at the ready. Still a ways to go for some of the more critical ones here for Fnatic.
Still really far away from the ults again.
Put him at C this time.
What does GENG do on this one? They got a Viper ult, if they want a Viper ult set up. Same thing, this is brand new from GENG. Recon deep with the Omen TP. Again, they do the Omen TP from so far away that they just don't realize the Omen's up. And a lot of time...
This time they're not quite prepared for it. Boaster does manage to get a bit of damage in. Trying to flush him out.
Okay. A lot of the time, like, this is a death trap, right? So, like, first 5 seconds, you're not going to be walking like this. So they're kind of using that as... using the pressure of that to make them feel like they haven't actually set up here. It's really nice.
But trying to chase forward, trying to find that.
Big duel.
Chronicle needs the entry into garage, but Foxy9's got the close angle held. That gives the player advantage here to the side of GENG.
This is such a tough choice for Fnatic. No idea where the operator is.
Ash holding close. Check over the top. Boaster being spotted, spammed down through the box.
Yeah, it's not good swings.
Recon through the opposite side of the wall. No, doesn't go deep enough to actually get the pings here. It's their own recon ping. Next on the Ash in the wall. Helps keep
Okay,
it protected.
1-9 loss bonus. In reply, GENG keep a very, very clean round. This is an important round for Fnatic. You lose this, you got to eco. 1 away from a Sova ult if they want to go get seal.
Fnatic had an idea that maybe somebody was pushed up at long A again. Kayak just not quite ready for it. Boaster able to finish the job, but Chronicle gets caught trying to lurk again. GENG.
Damn, that was a nice second kill.
Unbelievably patient sometimes. Foxy9.
Surely they start clearing A long. Yeah, they know now. They know now about it. This is also what I've been liking about GENG, right? I'm expecting all the first seeds to have a lot of new stuff, but it's GENG really coming out of it. You saw the Deadlock Viper over towards here. And then even if you just hyper-focus on their Haven comp, a comp that they've used multiple times, like 30 plus, they still had new stuff, right? You had the Op Recon lineup thing that they used in the other game, and this one here, brand new one with the TP going aggro with the Recon. They're bringing out new stuff, and it's so important in these tournaments. Oh, gets out of there, 10 HP with that slide, gets away with murder, really.
Makes it that much riskier for him to try to get back onto a line. Munchkin, at the same time, swinging around.
If Crashies does get given a kill, I was going to say, yeah, could get the wall up. This time we're droning over towards Garage, don't want the same fate. Should have had the alarm bot, so maybe that's getting shocked. Wait. Wait. Double what? What the hell happened over towards here?
Catching a glimpse is able to spam him out in the end.
Yeah, and they get the alarm bot info, they walk over towards Garage here. It's a strong back of sight setup. Omen Flash is just going to kill everyone. No one coming from C long.
30 seconds left.
Omen Flash hits... Wait, did he dodge the Omen Flash with the TP? Yeah, he did. That was kind of cool.
Top of Lumber, finding one. Spotting at the gun barrel, but cannot find the kills. Karn gets flushed out, but Munchkin again arriving. Look at him.
Damn, Munchkin, bro. What a beast round this is.
Multi-kill round.
If you're looking at Fnatic, they keep giving away kills. I think this one was not as bad as the Chronicle walking towards Garage kill. I think it was like through smoke.
He's top fragging the lobby.
Oh, we didn't see it. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's through smoke at the beginning.
Knows he's got to bail out Foxy. Oh, the transfer on that second one onto Boaster. A little bit of patience there to readjust on the Chronicle. And that is huge for GENG. You're going to keep the operator. You're going to have a couple.
Yeah, pulls him down to an eco. Got that op back again.
It's going to be an eco.
Texture walking close. Oh, dude.
Eco attempt to try to come through. That ult cycle about to hit
Does get away with it.
For Fnatic.
I like GENG though, man. We've got some cool stuff for this area.
That next buy round on the horizon should be very well poised to try to still hang in here. You're going to have that kill contract, the dimensional drift, at the ready.
Turret's in a bit of a different spot there for Foxy. thought about trying to play aggressive off of it, but Owl Drone back him off a bit.
Yeah, no one wants to get hit by that because of Sova ult.
Trying to confuse him a bit.
Oh.
One person set up over towards A. Don't have the drone anymore to push him off the angle, so this op's feeling real good right now. Heavy lean over towards CB.
You have this full cluster up from Fnatic. It's just a matter of when do they pull the trigger on the attack.
Yeah, just trying to test the patience.
It's a round that is like very close to snowballing, right? Kayak getting a kill has ult, Alpha getting a kill has ult. Genji needs to make sure like they don't give any freebies up.
It's the readjust upon the headshot on the Kayak. Looking to try to push their way forward here on the side. Munchkin once again.
Dude, Munchkin looks sick. Bro, 3 in a row, back to back. He's looking solid, man. That was nice.
Now 1 away from map point.
Man, Munchkin, he is on a mission here on this second half.
Yeah, he's getting multi-kills all the time.
Just unbelievable what he's accomplishing on this Viper. And his timings with his smokes are so good. The snake bites to just get that.
This still should get pretty close. He got ISO ult and Sova. Sorry, ISO ult. No, I think that is Sova ult. ISO ult, Sova ult, and Fury ult.
The garage window angle is covered. You saw Karan with Kayak up there. Then him and Boxy 9 again on that C site.
Didn't they used to do seawall on defense? Nah, Bacon. They're not believers.
Absolutely.
They've been using this setup for last year. They're like the only ones that didn't do the C stuff. They're just firm believers of the smoke. And they have the smoke like leak out a little bit so Foxy can always play around it.
Texture probably wondering when he gets the opportunity to try to get back into this one. They've been avoiding him successfully. So kills haven't been found.
And I'm sure that's part of the game plan for Fnatic, right? Like, don't go at his operator.
Munchkin just on defense is 16-1. Wait, that's...
So let's try something a little different.
That's kind of crazy.
Munchkin's just having none of it. And going back to the last time these two teams faced at Shanghai, it was actually Munchkin who had the best
they never
ratio
did, Bacon.
against Fnatic. So he really understands how to play against both teams.
Okay, this is where it gets a little bit scary for GENG. They've done an insane job, by the way. Look at how many rounds we're in and we only just got these ults. That is mad. They are not giving them free kills at all. And you might fault Fnatic a little bit, maybe not getting enough orbs on this comp. I think you could definitely argue that.
For myself and Paper Thin, who normally are a little bit cursed, but should be a quick fix so we can get ready to get back. And this gives us some time to interact with you guys, though, here in Toronto. You having fun so far?
Hell yeah.
Anders Vout, thank you so much, Anders. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for the Prime, dude. Thank you, thank you.
Votes by cheer. How many are going for Fnatic in this series?
Since the SUC players have notes on desks, you're not allowed notes on desks.
All right. And how many are going for GENG?
At least for Riot events.
Pretty close.
I will say there's quite a few off-season events that you are allowed notes, but I'm not sure teams have like looked into it.
But I heard the round's going a little bit more for GENG there.
I'll trust you. My ears are going back.
At least in like Masters and season, like
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
Riot-based.
Yeah, please, yeah. This is really going to be an important round coming out of this tech pause, by the way. I mean, just to get you guys mentally prepared, there's a ton of ults for Fnatic. Like you mentioned, ults coming into cycle. They have everything but the neural theft. So it has to come through here. I mean, because right now, you can't afford to give up any more rounds over to GENG. Fnatic's economy as well going to be struggling a bit if they don't win this round. So
correct.
Yeah, you're
You think about having free timeouts instead of 2? Nah, I think everything like I think everything with timeouts and overtime in this game is like perfect, to be honest. I like overtime as 1 round each. I like the timeouts as just 2. I think everything's
Trying
good.
to get the maximum amount of value and spread them across the remaining rounds on this map. So do have some very critical ones to come through. So, Kayak just trying to remain relaxed, poised, settled as we get ready to go back into the game here. Keep the nerves calm, stay focused.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's any team that can do it. It's Fnatic, for sure. They are very battle-tested, very seasoned across the board.
All right, well, it seems like we might need a
You
little
wouldn't
bit
give
more
another
time.
timeout after
We, of course, got to
overtime.
hear from Munchkin,
I mean, they
though,
get that
on King's
anyway.
road to
Are you
playoffs
saying
with
like an
this
extra
open
one?
player moment.
Nah,
Check it
dude.
out.
I like it when the teams have to like dig deep and just come up with brand new strats. It's fun.
사실 모든 페이퍼엑스를 상대본 팀 아이젤들은 알겠지만 정말 팀
Our pistol rounds are the most important they've ever been in recent times. They've always been this important, but teams... At the beginning of the game, no team understood it until about 2022. Then I would say teams, about 4 teams understood it, maybe 2023. Then about 15 teams in 2024. And now pretty much every team understands how to like snowball well off the pistols. It's just everyone's understanding of the game.
때는 제가 좀 많이 절어가지고 경기력이 많이 따라잡혔다고 생각했지만 두 번째부터는 괜찮게 된 것 같아요.
Look down the jet, is able to find Jing. Spike still not planted. 15 seconds remaining as Munchkin looking to
Well,
get an
4
ace for
teams are
himself.
not going to done it.
Seconds left.
Texture not in position to try to deny it.
Toxin screen down.
Plant in behind the box here from Devi. Has to stick it, has to commit to it, and Munchkin!
일단 폭신나인 같은 경우는 초반에 저희 팀의 융화되기가 되게 힘들었는데 재성이가 저희가 이야기도 많이 하고 이제 확실히 게임도 많이 진행되다 보니까 좀 적응을 되는 게 느껴져가지고 재성이는 계속해서 성장하고 있다고 느꼈고 지금도 너무
Then G1 map 1, it's
좋은데
still going. It's 11-9.
현철이 애쉬 같은
It's a
경우는
big buy round and
퍼시픽
Fnatic have
하면서
ults
좀 많이
and
힘들긴 했어요. 지금 국제는
I think GENG have 2
느끼고
ults,
있는
Killjoy,
거는
Viper, something
정말
like that.
좀 어떻게 하면 팀이랑 같이 융화됐는지 그리고 내 모습을 어떻게
What happened is this
보여줘야
tech boss.
되는지 현철이가 잘 느끼고 있는
Maybe
것
you're right.
같아가지고 너무 잘하고 있는 것 같아요.
11-9 tech. Oops.
And Munchkin talking about it right there.
Oh, there
His
we
own
go.
performance, feeling like
He's
he
gonna
had
stay
a
up.
bit of a soft start, and I think the same could
Yeah, I
be
believe.
said for how things began here on this Haven. But it has been incredible to see him roar back and really streak his way to the top of the scoreboard in the latter half of this map.
Yeah, I mean, 7 out of the 8 rounds on this half have gone GENG's way, and Munchkin's the biggest piece of that puzzle in just about every possible way you could conceive. You know, it's the IGLing, it's the shooting, it's the util. He
There's
is
lots
the
of token
complete
tech balls,
package
isn't it?
For sure, for GENG. And you know, talking about getting these new players integrated this year for GENG and how they had some struggles early. I mean, they did have to bench Foxy9 for just a short period of time. He comes back in. Since then, Foxy9, one of the best players we had in Pacific in Stage 1. And of course, the known quantities
Shady,
across the
thank you
board,
so much for the
and
3
Ash
months, mate.
fearsome
Thank
during
you for doing that, dude.
that Swiss stage. He was absolutely disgusting. So a lot here to prove for GENG. And then
Karen equals the go.
want to keep just
Might
trying
be
to get
right.
their way to another trophy.
I'm
of
alright,
course,
thank you
but
so much for the
still
17
trying
months as
to
well. Appreciate the
get
prime.
our little tech issue solved here. So thanks for bearing with us.
I mean, look, this is what happens. We're kind of towards the halfway point. We're about to have a swap on some of the casters. Pansy's on the way. She's on her way to Toronto, and then suddenly Tech Pauses just kind of started.
She might have actually just landed.
Makes you-
It feels
makes
like
you a
pretty
little
good timing.
suspicious, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It's not a coincidence at this point. But I mean, for you guys, you excited to see Pansy and Hypoc here in Toronto? That should be sick. Back on the international stage again.
Hell yeah.
How about Brennan Sideshow? Mr. Butterball himself.
Oh God.
If you know, I'm sorry that you know.
I wish I had never seen that. I wish I could bleach my eyeballs, but I can't.
Well, it's one of those things, but looks like we still need a little bit of time, so thank you guys for bearing with us. Be patient, we will get back.
If you know, I'm sorry. It was a good line. Vink, VLR, thank you so much for the prime as well. Appreciate the 5 months. Thank you for that, dude. Two minutes. Could be worse. Oh no, not the VOD. Who is my favorite player currently? I mean, whoever's lurking in chat and is a player is my favorite player. Wait, is that true, Bacon? Bacon, and that's the only change? What a sellout. Yeah, that's the PR coming in. Damn, Despa's out here keeping track of people. Yeah, dude, hopefully it's not too long on this one. This has been a pretty high-level game, though. It's been a really high-level game. The only, like, real thing you could say to Fnatic, apart from, like, micro stuff, is I guess they should, on attack, been getting orbs. But that's what they normally do on this, so maybe they thought that they were going to get antied. Defense side masterclass, that is true. That's the classic line, Yumpy.
Alrighty, we are back, still triaging the issues that we do have. So just a quick little update. We need a little bit more time before we're ready to go. But let's go ahead and zoom in on everybody's new favorite duo. Upon their arrival in Toronto, we had Fnatic's Moser and Crashies were given a traditional Canadian welcome, which is, of course, a geography quiz with Van Silly. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Welcome to an iteration of Silly Goose or Serious Moose. I'm joined here with Crashies and also Boaster of Team Fnatic.
Change the shirt, Jack. Can't do this every single time there's a tech
before we
pause.
even started this segment.
Nothing
But
left to
the
wear.
TLDR, I have a list of 9 Canadian cities, and it's a true or false. So if you think it's a false city, that it doesn't exist, you pull up the Silly Goose, and if you think it's a real city, you pull up the Serious Moose.
All right.
Good?
Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
All right, Captain, let's start with the first one. Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Oh, it's one of these games.
No, but
is
it's
it?
probably serious. It's probably serious. He's gonna start the game off with something that sounds goosey, but I'm gonna go Serious Moose.
Serious moves. I trust my brother.
That is the answer correct.
See,
It is
I know.
He's in your head. He's in your head.
Okay, second one then. It's Guelph.
That could be real too.
Very similar to Banff, wherever Banff was.
What is it again?
What is Banff? Guelph.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't remember what Banff was actually.
it's the national park or something.
National Park.
It's in central Canada, but that's, who cares? I'm talking about Guelph here.
Okay.
Guelph.
You choose this one. I chose the last one.
No, we have to do it together.
1, 2, 3.
Oh no.
Who's right now? No, it's Serious Moose. Guelph is actually in Ontario. It's not too far away from here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you're 2 out of 2. We'll go with his score.
Do you know what they do there?
No.
They do a different variation of golf called Guelph.
Really?
No.
Nah,
So we'll go.
this guy.
How is Boaster in two
jokes.
places
Go
at once?
comedian.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
Bedlington.
it's the magic.
Bedlington.
Magic of
Bedlington.
production.
I'm putting you to Bedlington.
That's what it is. What is it?
Bedlington.
Bedlington. Bedlington.
Serious Goose.
Sounds real too.
Serious Moose or Silly Goose? Sorry.
Nah, I'm going this one. The odds are saying it's Silly Goose.
It is a Silly Goose.
Yes.
Nice.
Bedlington, dude, this sounds like a
for
place in
Yeah,
the UK.
Bedlington. It just doesn't sound like what someone would like. They get to the city and they're like, "I'm gonna name this Bedlington." Nah, they'll be like, "Let's name it." What was the first one again?
Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Yeah, we're like, "This is Happy Valley Goose Bay."
Funny
Bedlington
thing
is
though,
a
in
town in
Ontario,
England?
there's
Yeah,
actually
that
a lot
sounds-
of little boroughs and cities
that
that
sounds about right.
finishes with a ton.
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought that too.
That's what I thought.
How about this
Alexander
one, though?
Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton.
There you
What
go.
about Timbitson?
What is it?
Timbitson.
Timbitson.
Tim Bitson.
Timbitson.
Tim
Timbitson. I see
Bitson.
it.
You see it?
I
Timbitson.
pause, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a little bit.
Let me say it in like a French accent. Tim Bitson.
Ça s'appelle Timbitson.
Tim Bitson.
Oh.
You want some French? I got you.
I don't know. It's probably real.
What do you have to do with that voice?
Because
That's
that's
true.
like when I talk
That's
to
his
French
French,
people,
that's
they
his
do
French.
that.
I just spoke French to you. I didn't do that accent.
That's true as well. I'm gonna go Serious Moose.
I'm going Silly Goose.
It's actually Silly Goose.
I knew it.
But
We're even.
Crashies, you tweeted out or on your Instagram stories about Timbits and Tim Hortons. Have you tried that?
Oh,
Wearing
I
the
have
car
not
shirt,
tried
there's a
Tim
normal
Hortons.
shirt.
Oh, you only took a picture.
I
You
only
haven't
took a
even
picture of it.
Stop
But that's
going
why I
on for
thought it
shot.
was real. Maybe it had something to do with it.
tried- That's where we're first originating,
Yeah.
right?
The
Tried that
PC,
game
yeah, it's
before.
not great.
Have you heard about Uranium City?
The fact that they're still down there looking at it
Uranium
is not good.
City.
Yeah.
Okay, how many reels?
One short day in Uranium City.
That's a
Is that
song?
a kid show?
No, it's Emerald City from Wicked, but I just
Bro loves musicals,
how
man.
many
I thought it was like a Pokemon song or
There's
something.
been
Three and
3
two.
serious
Dude, you
and
guys
2
keep
silly goose.
Trying to game this true or false
We are.
kind
There's
of thing, huh?
9. Uranium City. Welcome to Uranium City. Uranium City.
We'll do the same thing.
I'm
And then-
going serious goose.
Serious Goose?
No,
Or
serious
Serious
moose.
Moose?
Serious
Alright,
moose.
I mean, you
Throw it
gotta pull
up.
up the sign. Yeah, throw it up. It is true.
Yes.
Nice.
And if I'm not mistaken, since 2021 now, there's probably only like 51 people living there. It used to be like a mining city, so it was like super popular, but now a lot less.
Makes sense.
Next one is Perry Sound.
Let me see.
Perry
Let me see what it
Sound.
looks like.
Perry Sound.
Nah. If it was Perri,
Yeah,
I'd
I
agree.
Silly goose.
Silly goose.
It's actually Serious Moose.
Ah,
Yeah.
we've been.
We've been bamboozled.
If I remember
Harry.
correctly as well for that one, it's like the biggest natural docking area for like people to come through and like dock their ships and stuff,
Ah,
right?
okay.
So,
Ah.
and it's also like a biggest city for like karate stuff. So
Come
because
back in,
Perry-
yeah, we've been there for a
like-
while, mate.
That's fake though. Well,
Guys just throwing curveballs, and we just watched Blue Jays.
He makes me believe him.
we'll do the last one. Chilliwack.
Let me see it.
Chilliwack.
Let me see what that looked like. Chilliwack. That's probably real as well, bro.
Nice.
Only wait, 2 L's. Chilliwack.
2 L's and an I now instead of
It's not a
Parry.
food city.
Parry was with a Y, and now this one's with an I. Chili whack.
What was the last one?
Just
Parry
Chilliwack.
Goose. Or
And it was
something.
real?
Parryville.
Why does it keep
Perry
saying
Sound. Perry
goose?
Sound. It was serious.
Perry
the last
Sound.
one, yeah. We'll do the same thing.
Chilliwack.
Count of 3. 1,
I'm
2,
going silly.
3. Throw him up. It's actually Serious Moose.
Yeah, of course.
It's in the West Coast. It's known for like going outdoorsy, beaches, kind of stuff, cottage life.
But not known for chili.
Have you
Not
ever
known
been
for chili.
genuinely mad at a player
Canada's
for
known for being
making a
chilly in the
play
wintertime, though. But that was all
you
the time we
made
have,
when you were
guys. Thank you so much
coaching,
for your
or
time.
is it more of a
Hopefully,
frustrated
you're
feeling?
gonna be
I
able to
mean, it's
make
more of a
Masters
frustrated
Toronto
feeling.
your city
Well,
for Fnatic.
Ooh.
Damn
Bacon?
right.
I like that.
I'm happy
Bacon,
the
can you
main
answer that
game
one
is
for
in
me?
this one.
How much am I lying here?
Good to see that those
Def
guys are having a good
Yampy?
time, and
I was pretty
that's
chill with
just
Yampy at the
silly.
beginning.
He's
When
not
he
putting
when
up
Yampy was
the
first
time,
playing
putting
Jet and he
up
was trying to
the
headbutt
cameras,
people, that
that's
was
just who
crazy.
he
I
is.
was
Dad
just
jokes
laughing at it, to be
abound,
fair.
And I feel horrendous being around both you and he at the
Cypher
same time.
Ascent,
pretty
I was
brutal,
very,
now
to be
GB's
fair,
here
I was
too.
mad
Yeah,
at
just
Yampy for
grinding
playing
by
Cypher on
triple
Ascent.
steadily across the
He
last few days. As
wasted
you
an
guys
hour of
see,
my
we're
time.
Still parsing through the issues. Van's talking about it there, seeing if Fnatic can make Toronto their city at the end of this event, if they are going to be able to go ahead and pick up that trophy. There are a couple rounds
You
separated
heard
here
your name,
from
we're talking about
GENG,
you
but
playing
for now,
Cypher on
pass
Ascent.
it back over to the analyst desk.
Someone was
Their
asking if I've
thoughts
ever
on the
been
action
actually
so
mad at
far.
people for doing stuff. And then
Thank
Bacon brought
you
up
very
you
much,
playing Cypher on
Achilles,
Ascent
and
and getting your
Paperton, I've
16
got
first
Mimi
deaths or
and
whatever it
Kruger
was.
with me once again. Genji are currently in the lead, and Mimi, 5 of those rounds came from pistols and bonus.
Just reinventing the way how to play Cypher. Bro, it's pure
But they've had great
entertainment.
ideas on how to win both
Was
of
it?
these pistol rounds. I want to start by looking back at the first one here, because I think they have a lot of really interesting ideas with this Neon. And Texture as a player is so good at taking those opportunistic timings of fighting.
What about
deeper
when we
than a
played the
lot of
Viper
other
Spines?
people
I
did.
was
And
mad
that's
every
kinda
single
what
time
won
we
them
pracked it,
the
and we
first
pracked it
pistol
way too
that
much.
second round, and having that plus the pistol and the bonus
Was
in the
planning
second
it.
half
Every
is what
time we
kept them in the
practice
game
that
to get this
comp, I was
comeback
just
going
working
back.
out
Yeah, absolutely.
what my
because
tweet
that
would be
first
when I
half
leave
we
the
saw
team.
Fnatic that was having a lot of ideas. We saw Kaya with a lot of aggression.
single
I
hour
love
just
to
working
see
on it.
That we're getting
A little
that
bit
from
more.
him. But as we're seeing right here, Mimi, I know that you wanted to talk about this pistol.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, right? Because
Nah, I
they
didn't
go
Bacon,
into
it's
what
not me.
looks like just a B hit, and then they're fighting through their own wall. Texture packs all the way up into heaven, kills the A anchor, and then is running deep into CT spawn. Fnatic thinks it's an A hit, but he's there to backstab and get to. It was such a nice round, but GENG up after this second half comeback.
As if they're 10 and 0 on pistols. That's insane, man.
Everything out as well. I believe the audio issue has been resolved, so it's time to get back into this game. Over to you, Seth. And
We're back.
Alrighty, that is right. We're told that everything is good to go. Toronto, can I get a hell yeah as we get back into the action? 11-9 the score as we get ready to see if
Okay,
GENG
little
get
recap.
themselves
Big
up the
round,
map
money,
point.
kind of low for
Ultimate
Fnatic. I
stabilize
say
here
kind of
for
low,
Fnatic.
really low. And they got a lot of
go into
ults,
this
and these
fight.
ults in
Such an
theory in this
important
comp give
round.
you
The economy
free
as well,
round
on a
wins.
precipice For Fnatic, they've got to get this one to go. Alpha.
Oh, wait, you don't have shield anymore for your ult?
Out. Still
Oh.
considering pushing forward, but is
And there
alone
goes-
on that side of the map. In the meantime,
there
Kayak
goes your
heads
ult.
up with the
Sova ult
dimensional
behind
trip,
it.
getting the spot here
No
onto
Sova
Ash.
ult behind it.
Gonna have to go for the exit.
Omen flash goes in. Omen kind of misses on this one. Ash is playing it crazy. What a shot. Sova ult to break the Killjoy. Kayak, no, the shot on Spawn was fast as well.
For now, 5v3. Texture getting tagged here by the drone. Have to back away. Munchkin ends up getting dropped, and it's just Texture and Karan.
It doesn't really matter anymore about avoiding these ults. It's more about just trying to actually do the econ damage.
Angle right below Texture.
Ready. Beautiful. And waiting. Karan now, no other choice. Try to back away. I mean, some damage dealt here would make it costly. The economy from Fnatic has
Kayak, oh, he's a beast, man. No doubt about it.
How important this round is. Ults committed, not too many. They still have 2 to go. They're able to go ahead and stabilize.
Okay, very, very nice. Now it's full focus on this ISO ult.
What I mean to say is there we go. 1 round now, separating the 2 teams.
Yeah, that's huge. The fact that you're able to keep that ISO ult for this follow-up round is going to be really impactful.
Behind a little bit. It's fine. I'll just accept it, man.
GENG considered not going with the op. We'll see what Texture wants to stick with, but just a great dimensional drift. Ash on an island could never really stabilize the aim. So a little bit cold coming out of that tech timeout.
That's going to be a good round to witness as a Fnatic
Here we
fan.
go.
Texture.
Whoa, this is bold from Texture.
Full flash connecting. Damage as well. Going to be dealt.
That's really bold. Dude, GENG put a lot of thought on here as well. A lot of focus, I guess, is actually the right way of saying it.
His tendency to try to hold long A there.
Yeah, still got drone, and as soon as you hear this drone, you probably know that this is both getting popped on this.
How to deal with this operator. Ash only going to see 1 player there. The Omen, though, leads you to believe that still could.
In reaction to losing A, push down towards middle.
To push forward.
Good amount of information that he's going to be gaining, though.
Yeah, and it's looking like they might just be ISO ult, hit over towards site, overwhelm over towards site. Needs to be careful with this drone. You know this ult's coming out. A good molly.
See what he can get done. Just dancing around it for now. Gate crash going to be destroyed.
GENG's got the read.
Hold him at bay. Chronicle. Peek into this.
Really nice, man. Kind of locked them in as well.
The back line now going to be opened up. Kayak going to be spotted. Some counter spray coming through. He falls low. Alfier in the meantime. Kill contract. He's the ground for the count. He's able to
Damn, dude. 1 on site. Ooh.
Striking from the cubby.
30 seconds on this one.
Dancing around him.
Low HPs. Bosto with Spike over towards C. He is 25 HP. This is technically a 1v3. Oh, dude, he was like, can I serve ult this thing? He goes for it.
He's just gonna blind fish for this one. He's hoping to try to find
Gives Boaster a lot of space. Knows exactly where he's now, coming from over towards middle. Pushes over towards garage. Big jewel, man.
Tucked into the corner. He has a recon online. Does he think about it? No!
Damn, really nice round from Ash. Really nice. That's probably the map.
4K. We'll get GENG.
Yeah.
Up to map
devastating.
on Haven.
They didn't really swing properly on the site.
I think he read that scenario very well, but Ash just read it better.
Arav in the YouTube chat, thanks so much for that, dude.
Yet again, saw it from him in Swiss. It seems like he's still not skipping a beat.
Oh my goodness. What a round there. Fnatic, I thought, might be able to take this, but that early kill by Texture keeps 1 extra player
and
the
just
back
played
line.
individual.
Fnatic being able to push forward onto A, and Ash was able to hold tight. A lot of damage had already been done to Kayak and Boaster as well. Boaster had a TP out of there.
Okay, 2 chances for GENG.
Operator still going to be in
And
play.
here we go here again.
Peak.
Ooh, 14 HP.
Does not get taken down, but Ash does, but not before
And
finding
I'm
Kayak.
pretty
So
sure
we
that
have
Kayak
number 1.
did the damage to
Down
Texture though,
14
so they know he's super low.
Overall, Fnatic do come out on top of that, given that they still do have Alfier. Try to give them a bit of entry power.
Yeah, they've still got some great
They
ideas.
were looking for this, but now they're
How
not.
to layer that util. Texture down in sewer.
Getting out wider and wider on this angle. There's the peak.
Great shot on 14 HP. It's a really nice shot from him. They get the info that everyone's pushed behind, push over towards side, overwhelm. Nicely done. They know all 3 are behind. What is the call on this one? They got Omen Flash, Recon, Smokes.
As we go into a 3v3, Fnatic looking for 2 rounds consecutive.
Can't all play off site, guys.
Afloat here in the map.
Not a ton of util to work with here. Just a couple smokes.
Playing heavy after plant, by the way.
Munchkin finds one. It would give them a hit on
Heavy,
mine as
heavy
well.
after plant. Gonna get scary. Especially as Karen's
Across the
alive.
way
When,
from
how many?
Kara, Boaster
I think he has smoking
up in
15.
heaven. The other two playing back at the A connector. The Paranoia at the ready time.
I'm flashing to recon. No.
Knows that they have them cleared off of this spike here for the moment. Looking for the hold, the dart going through.
Damn. Okay, very well played in the end, man. They got me a little bit worried with that, but they were super in control.
Not over yet.
I think as soon as that smoke came over towards spawn, they maybe realized they had owned it.
Man, they just do such a good job understanding that.
Yeah, so much util to make to actually take over towards site, and you kind of end up using all your util, and then you realize that they're off site and you've wasted so much time and util.
A little bit of extra info.
Okay, one chance.
And then they're able to set themselves up on the defender side of the map to defend that post plant.
Texture, I think he did really good to get that second kill though. Foxy almost getting the judge out. Anyone close to an ult on this rounds? Oh really, it's this Munchkin. Dude, they did good damage here. There's going to be a big duel over towards Garage in a sec as well, it looks like.
They get in, they get a kill, they get out.
And now it's GENG wants to get proactive for that A main control. They're very successful.
Damage on the kayak as well as Munchkin is looking to try to just tear them apart. Nano, however, does end up getting cleared. Snake bite. No further delay.
Dude, surely shocked that. Oh, they didn't re-clear with the...
Flush out that alarm bot.
They didn't re-clear with the server.
It does get found.
Chronicle. Just trying to clear any other util that might be there. Foxy 9 still tucked into that corner. Drone doesn't see texture.
Just jiggling on the angle. This kayak sends out a
Good
couple
though,
warning
good info
shots.
from them. 40 seconds on this one.
Crashies ready to go here for the lineup. Chronicle slowly backpedaling in mid.
Still enough time for another rotation, so GENG has to keep their feet planted.
Flashes over the top. Texture on the reposition.
30 seconds left.
Checks, sees that it's a fake. Finds a headshot there on the kayak, pushes out.
Big Joe
Shield
here.
gonna be reset
Alpha
though
somehow
for
has to
Alpha.
win this one. He has got shield though.
Khan holds here on the wide angle. Spots it, breaks it, kills him off.
Spike down A.
As it's just
15
Crashies and
seconds, are they
Chronicle now
done for?
with not much time to work with. 12 seconds remaining here on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Knows where one's at, should have heard.
Guys gotta move. Okay, nicely done from GENG. Double pistol really helped him in this one, but that was nice, man. It was cool defense.
A defensive masterclass.
Yeah, it was cool defense from both teams.
But GENG